simple plate looks bright in the sun, while the coffee cools slowly. Breakfast plate bright in the window glow, nice slow, toast warm and plain with a little jam, soft glam, coffee steam fading into morning air right there. Knife resting easy, butter on the side, no pride, fridge magnets holding little scraps of day. Okay. Radio low, a friendly hum behind my mind, slippers on the tile, small gentle sound, safe ground. Handwritten recipe pinned up near the door, says you can start and still be more. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let the morning feel like right. Breakfast plate bright, feels like light landing soft on me. Breakfast plate bright, makes it right to start so gently. Sun on ceramic, coffee in my hands. Breakfast plate bright, turns my thoughts into simpler plans. Outside the street wakes up with busy shoes. They choose a faster rhythm than my kitchen keeps. I'll keep the slower one that lets my shoulders drop on the spot. I take a bite and let the sweetness stay this way. A spoon set down, a quiet little clink. I think I'm not behind for moving slow and kind aligned. I'm building calm in ordinary scenes and means. If my thoughts run ahead of the hour, I will return to this small, steady power. Breakfast plate bright, feels like light landing soft on me. Breakfast plate bright, makes it right to start so gently. Sun on ceramic, coffee in my hands. Breakfast plate bright, turns my thoughts into simpler plans. Melody lifts like steam near the window, then settles into home. A day can start in tiny ways, like warmth and quiet in sunlit plates. No perfect speech, no grand display, just care that meets me where I stay. I finish my cup, I stand up slow and take this softness where I go. Breakfast plate bright, still in sight in my memory. After breakfast plate bright, keeps my heart a little calmer, a little softer. Radio low, tile below, morning in my hands. Breakfast plate bright, sends me out, smiling as I can.
Kitchen breathes in slow steam as light finds the edge of the table. Butter knife paws resting where the toast begins. Jam jar open, ruby catching quiet grins. Coffee on the table, warmth against my palms, radio low behind me, smoothing out alarms. Slippers on the tile, soft shuffle to my chair. Sunlight on the ceramic, steady like a prayer. Fridge magnets hold their leaning little gallery, and the room feels like it's rooting gently for me. Handwritten recipe pinned up, ink a little worn. Still it says there's no wrong way to meet the morn. Butter knife pause, let my thoughts come down. No need to chase the clock around this town. Butter knife pause, sweet and small and true. I'm learning how to start with less to prove. Coffee steam rising, window bright and clear. This is my simple yes. This is my here. Spread the jam, slow red ribbon on the bread. A tiny kind reminder I'm not always ahead. Ceramic clinks softly when I set the spoon. Outside the street wakes up, but not too soon. The magnets keep their crooked joy on the door. Like imperfect can be lovely at the core. I take one bite and let it linger in the air, and the morning feels lighter than it was a minute there. If my mind tries sprinting into later hours, I'll return to steam and sunlight like quiet flowers. Butter knife pause, let my thoughts come down. No need to chase the clock around this town. Butter knife pause, sweet and small and true. I'm learning how to start with less to prove. Coffee steam rising, window bright and clear. This is my simple yes. This is my here. A warm wandering line circles the table, like a friendly hush then fades into sunlight. I used to count my mornings by the noise, now I count by the gentle choices. A toast edge, a jar glow, radio hum, and how my shoulders soften when I don't run. The kitchen isn't asking me to change, it's only asking me to stay. Butter knife pause, I can breathe again. I can start like a person, not a plan. Butter knife pause, I can take my time. Let the day arrive in a kinder line. Jam jar shining, magnets on the door. Sun on the plate like a quiet encore. Butter knife pause, I stand up slow. Not rush, not push, just ready to go. Plate glows softly as sunlight slides in, and the coffee keeps breathing steam. Ceramic glow routine, same table, same view, still new. Jam jar open, knife resting like a pause, no cause. Coffee steam rising, patient as the day, soft stay. Slippers on the tile, little steps that don't demand, understand. Radio low behind me, warm and small, no call. Fridge magnets hold the crooked morning notes like boats, floating in a calm I can return to anytime I choose. Handwritten recipe pinned by the window frame, ink faded but it still feels the same. It says you can start with simple and sweet, and let your heartbeat find its feet. Ceramic glow routine feels like clean in my chest and in my mind. Ceramic glow routine makes it easy to be gentle. kitchen, I stay soft a while. I smile, I take one bite and let it be enough. Soft, tough, no need to rush my thoughts into a plan. I can wipe the counter, rinse the cup, keep it plain, no strain. Sunlight moves across the plate like a quiet cue, and my shoulders do too. If my mind tries pulling me too fast, I will breathe and let the moment last. A sip, a bite, a little glow, and I remember how to go. Ceramic glow routine feels like clean in my chest and in my mind. Ceramic glow routine makes it easy to be gentle and kind. I take my time, I make my peace with crumbs and little lights. Ceramic glow routine turns my morning into something warm and right. A small bright line wanders like sunlight on ceramic, then settles into home. I used to chase a perfect start, now I start where I am. A kitchen table by the window, a jam jar in my hands, and that is plenty, that is true. A quiet way to follow through with the day, with my heart, with the gentle part. Ceramic glow routine still inside me when I step out into the world. Ceramic glow routine keeps reminding me my calm can stay unfurled. Radio low and friendly, magnets on the door. I leave the kitchen lighter than I was before. Ceramic glow routine, I choose this pace and carry it into my day. Bright patch of sun lands on the plate like a small quiet spotlight. Ceramic sun patch warm on glossy white. Coffee steam curls upward slow and light. Jam jar open, sweetness in the air. Knife resting easy, nothing to repair. Slippers on the tile, cool underfoot. Radio low behind me, soft as a book. Fridge magnets whisper colors on the door, and the kitchen feels gentle to my core. Recipe pinned in handwriting, patient and plain. Says take what you need, leave the strain. Ceramic sun patch, stay a little while. Teach my face a softer kind of smile. Ceramic sun patch, make the morning clear. Turn the ordinary into something dear. I don't need fireworks to feel alright. I just need this warm small light. A spoon set down makes a tiny sound, like a calm little bell without a crowd. I taste the jam and it tastes like home. Not perfect, not polished, but fully my own. Outside the window, day begins to move. Inside my chest, I find my groove. Magnets tilt and still they hold on tight, like I can hold my heart the same tonight. If worries try to climb my throat, I'll sip slowly and let them float. Ceramic sun patch, stay a little while. Teach my face a softer kind of smile. Ceramic sun patch, make the morning clear. Turn the ordinary into something dear. I don't need fireworks to feel alright. I just need this drift gently toward the window. Some mornings are made of simple proof, a table, a mug, a quiet roof. The radio doesn't beg for attention, it just holds a soft direction. And I can do that too. Hold steady, hold true. Ceramic sun patch, I'm not in a race, I can let the day meet me at my pace. Ceramic sun patch, warm on my hands, helping me loosen my tight demands. Jam jar, shining tile, cool below, a calm little start that helps me grow. Ceramic sun patch, I rise from my chair, feeling more ready, because I was cared for here. Small coffee ring dries on the table as sunlight drifts across the ceramic. A coffee ring of sunlight on the wood, like it could hold a tiny story from a quieter hour. Soft power, the mug is warm, my hands are slower now. Somehow jam jar open, sweetness on the air. Right there, knife resting gentle, nothing sharp to prove. I move. The slippers on the tile, a hush beneath my feet. Small beat, radio low, a voice that doesn't lean too mean. Handwritten recipe pin where the light can land. Says start with what you have in hand. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let the kitchen feel like right. Coffee ring sun says I've begun in a way that won't break me. Coffee ring sun makes the run in my head slow down gently. Window bright, morning kind, coffee in my hands. Coffee ring sun turns this room into a place that understands. Ceramic clink when I set the spoon down. Soft sound, fridge magnets tilt like playful little signs. Good lines. A note that says remember to buy tea and be a little kinder to the parts that rush too much. Take a bite, let strawberry linger. No trigger, outside the street can do its busy thing. I'll sit inside this kitchen where the calm can sing a bit. If my mind starts tugging at the day, I will stay with the light that knows the way. Coffee ring sun says I've begun in a way that won't break me. Coffee ring sun makes the run in my head slow down gently. Window bright, morning kind, coffee in my hands. Coffee ring sun turns this room into a place that understands. A coffee ring then lifts into the window light. Not every morning has to sparkle loud. I can be proud of crumbs and simple warmth and quiet air. Right there, a table keeps my balance when I sway. Okay, a tiny ring of coffee says it too. So true. Coffee ring sun stays when I'm done with the plate and spoon and mess. Coffee ring sun leaves a hum in my chest that feels like yes. Radio low, tile below, hands warm and steady. Coffee ring sun sends me out, softened up and ready. Steam rises like a lullaby while the window light warms the breakfast plate. Coffee, steam, lullaby, quiet in the air. The kitchen table by the window holds me there. Jam jar open, strawberry bright and calm. Knife resting on the plate like a little charm. Radio low behind me, friendly and small. Fridge magnets on the door like pictures on a wall. Slippers on the tile, soft step, soft step. Morning feels kinda with the pace I've kept. Handwritten recipe pinned up by the stove says start with simple, let the good things grow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let the room make everything right. Coffee, steam, lullaby helps my mind stop running in a line. Coffee, steam, lullaby feels like time is finally on my side. A sip of heat, a quiet beat, sunlight on the plate. Coffee, steam, lullaby says I can start slow and still be great. Ceramic clink when I set the spoon down like a tiny bell in a sleepy town. Outside the street wakes up in far off sound. Inside the kitchen I keep my ground. I take one bite and let the sweetness stay, not trying to outrun the start of day. The window holds a blue that looks like peace, and I feel my shoulders release. If my thoughts begin to crowd my head, I will listen to what the steam has said. Rise slow, drift free, come back to me. Coffee, steam, lullaby helps my mind stop running in a line. Coffee, steam, lullaby feels like time is finally on my side. A sip of heat, a quiet beat, sunlight on the plate. Coffee, steam, lullaby says I can start slow and still be great. Like steam near the window, then settles into home. I used to think rest was something I must earn. Now I let the kitchen be the place I learn that quiet can be strong, that slow can be brave, that I can meet the day without trying to be saved. A jar of jam, a radio tune, a morning that arrives like a gentle moon. And in this homely light I find a kind of way to hold my mind. Coffee, steam, lullaby still around me when I wipe the counter clean. Coffee, steam, lullaby keeps reminding me the softest star can still be seen. Fridge magnets and recipes, slippers on the tile. I leave the kitchen lighter with an unhurried smile. Coffee, steam, lullaby rises in a thin ribbon while the window holds a quiet morning view. Coffee steam window, drawing shapes in air. Small morning miracle that asks for little care. Kitchen table by the light, soft on my hands. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting in my plans. Knife resting by the plate, calm and still. Radio low like a friend on a windowsill. Slippers on the tile, slow steps that feel true. I'm letting the day arrive instead of pushing through. I don't need to rush to be enough. This kind of calm is quietly tough. One sip, one breath, one gentle start, and I can hear my own heart. Coffee steam window shows me how to let my thoughts unwind. Coffee steam window keeps me close to a calmer kind of mind. Light on the ceramic, warm on my skin. A slow breakfast morning, letting peace move in. Fridge magnets hold reminders like soft little hands. A note that says keep going, a drawing that understands. Handwritten recipe pinned up, ink a little faded. Still it feels like someone loved me and never overstated. Outside the street wakes up, but it's far and small. Inside the kitchen I don't need to do it all. I take another bite and taste the sweet, and feel the day become less steep. If my mind starts racing down the hallway, I will return to what the window says. The sky is steady, the light is kind, and I can be the same in mind. Coffee steam window helps me choose a softer rhythm in my chest. Coffee steam window turns my morning into simple homely rest. Sun on the table, radio low. I start the day gentle and let it glow. Warm notes drift like steam toward the glass, then settle into a soft golden hush. I used to think I had to earn this calm. Now I see it's part of being human. A kitchen, a mug, a little jam, and the courage to stay instead of moving. Too fast, too far, too loud, too much. This is a softer kind of touch. A small beginning that holds its shape, like steam that rises and doesn't break. Coffee steam window stays with me when the day begins to speed. Coffee steam window reminds my hands to move with what I need. I wipe the counter, I rinse the cup, I leave the room a little brighter, because I started with a gentle yes, and that makes everything lighter. Coffee steam window, I look once more and feel my shoulders ease, then step into the rest of the day, carrying quiet peace. Fridge door closes softly and the magnets settle like tiny stars. Fridge door lull, a gentle closing sound. Magnets barely shiver, then the calm is found. Coffee Coffee on the table, steam in a slow curl. Jam jar open, red like a secret pearl. Knife resting quiet, butter on the edge. Window light arriving like a careful pledge. Slippers on the tile, soft step to the chair. Radio low humming like it's always there. Recipe pinned up, handwriting in grace. Says you can start again in any place. Fridge door low, let my mind unwind. Leave the sharp corners far behind. Fridge door low, keep the morning sweet. Help my heartbeat find a slower beat. I'm not late, I'm not lost, I'm just here. And this kitchen makes it clear. I spread the jam, watch it shine and settle. A small bright taste, warm and gentle. Ceramic clink, the spoon finds rest. And my shoulders learn to do their best. Not by pushing, not by proving, just by staying, just by moving. In little ways that make me feel like soft beginnings can be real. If the day tries pulling me too fast, I'll breathe in warm and let it pass. Fridge door low, let my mind unwind. Leave the sharp corners far behind. Fridge door low, keep the morning sweet. Help my heartbeat find a slower beat. I'm not late, I'm not lost, I'm just here. And this kitchen makes it clear. A bright little melody tiptoes like slippers on tile, then settles into cozy stillness. I used to wake up bracing for the noise. Now I wake up choosing my own voice. A low radio, a window glow, a quiet yes I get to know. Not loud, not grand, just steady like holding my own hand. Fridge door low, I finish my last bite. Sun on the plate makes everything light. Fridge door low, magnets on the door. Feel like small reminders I adore. Coffee cup, empty, warm, still near. I stand up softer than I was when I got here. Fridge door low, I step on through with a calmer sky inside my view. Paper corners flutter when the fridge door closes, and the kitchen stays soft. Fridge magnet notes and mismatched colors cling. A small reminder that the little things can sing. A recipe card, a phone number, a smile in blue ink. A postcard from a summer day that helps my worries shrink. Coffee steam is rising, drawing shapes into the air. Sunlight on the ceramic makes the table feel like air. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting, quiet in the room. A low radio is humming like a gentle kind of bloom. I don't need a louder morning to feel strong. This kitchen lets my heartbeat find its song. One slow sip, one steady breath, and I am here, and that is depth. Fridge magnet notes hold my hopes in a humble little line. resting by the jam, like it's happy just to share a simple breakfast plate, a bite that tastes like home. I watch the window brighten while the street stays far and slow. I wipe the counter lightly, hear the cloth move smooth, and feel my shoulders loosen like they finally found a groove. The magnets keep their crooked angles still, they never fall, like little steady friends that say you're doing fine. That's all. If the week tries to crowd my head, I will look at what these small notes said. Be kind, be calm, begin again, and let the morning be your friend. Fridge magnet notes keep me close to the life that fits my hands. A tiny list, a little wish turns into simpler plans. Fridge magnet notes help me float when the world feels sharp and fast. A gentle bite, a window light, and I'm not living in the past. Clicking into place and settle into a cozy hush. I used to chase a perfect start that never came. Now I start with ordinary, and it feels the same as peace, as ease is something true, like coffee, steam, and daylight moving through. Fridge door closes softly, the kitchen holds its glow, and I can hold myself that way more than I used to know. A list can be forgiven, a note can be kind, and small reminders can retrain the busiest mind. The fridge magnet notes keep their posts like little lanterns on the door. They remind me I am building what I'm grateful for. The radio stays low and friendly, the jam tastes bright and new. The ceramic catches sunlight, and I catch it in me too. Fridge magnet notes guide my hope, not with pressure, not with noise, with a steady, simple comfort and a quiet choice. I finish up and feel more ready for whatever comes next, because my morning wrote me softly in its gentle little text. Postcards on the fridge catch the light, while the jam jar waits beside the plate. Jam jar and postcards, little colors on the door. A beach day, a mountain view, a note from long before. Kitchen table by the window, sunlight soft and slow. Coffee steam is rising like a story I still know. Knife resting quiet, butter on the side, slippers on the tile. I drift without a guide. Radio low behind me, humming warm and sweet, like the morning has a heartbeat. Handwritten recipe pinned up where the light can see, says take your time and let yourself be. I breathe in warm, I breathe out, wait and meet myself right at the gate. Jam jar and postcards make my heart feel easier to hold. Jam jar and postcards turn my start into simple life still understands. A spoon set down, a gentle little clink gives my mind permission just to think. Outside the street wakes up, but it stays away. Inside this room I get to stay. The jam tastes sweet like memory in my mouth, like the north wind turning into south. I wipe a crumb and feel my shoulders drop, like I'm allowed to stop if my thoughts start racing into later. I will savor this calm that makes me feel lighter. Jam jar and postcards make my heart feel easier to hold. Jam jar and postcards turn my start into something warm and bold. Sun on ceramic, coffee in my hands. Jam jar and postcards say the simple life still understands. Flicker like postcards in sun, then melt in the cozy quiet. I used to think I had to chase a bigger dream. Now I see the gentle days are part of me. A jar, a plate, a radio tune, a room that feels like afternoon. Even in the morning, even when I'm new, this homely light keeps pulling me through. Jam jar and postcards still beside me when I rinse the cup and go. Jam jar and postcards keeps reminding me to move in a softer flow. Slippers on the tile, radio low and sweet. I step into the day with quiet grace, carrying in this memory heat. A jam jar label peels at the corner while the kitchen settles into morning. Jam jar label, a little worn and sweet. On the street of my kitchen table by the window, light just right. Coffee steam rises like a quiet thread overhead. Knife resting easy, butter on the plate. I wait. Slippers on the tile, soft shuffle slow, nice flow. Fridge magnets hold the day in crooked rows like pros. Radio low, a song I half remember, warm ember. Handwritten recipe pinned up where I can see, says slow can still be brave in me. I breathe in warm, I breathe out strain, and let the morning start again. Jam jar label makes me able to keep my heart unhurried. Jam jar label turns the table into something safe and sturdy. Sun on the ceramics, coffee in my hands. Jam jar label feels like home in the way it understands. Tiny smear of jam on the knife edge glows like it knows how sweetness doesn't need to shout to stay. Okay, I take a bite and let the flavor linger in my fingers. The window shows the day waking far away, all gray. But in this kitchen warmth is close and near, so clear. I notice how my shoulders are not locked. If my thoughts start racing into later, I will savor this calm that makes me feel lighter. Jam jar label makes me able to keep my heart unhurried. Jam jar label turns the table into something safe and sturdy. Sun on the ceramics, coffee in my hands. Jam jar label feels like home in the way it understands. Bright little notes sparkle like jam in sunlight, then settle into warm quiet. The world can ask for speed and shiny proof, but truth can live in toast and mugs and gentle air right there. A worn label still holds what it began, like I can keep my softness and still stand tall after all. Jam jar label still at the edge of my morning view. Jam jar label leaves a calm that follows what I do. I rinse the plate, I fold the towel, I smile at the light. Jam jar label makes the day feel simple and bright. Steam curls from a coffee mug. The sunlight warms the ceramic on the table. Jam jar open, lid beside the plate. No rush, I can take my time and wait. Knife resting quiet, butter on the edge. Morning feels steady like a simple pledge. Slippers on the tile making soft small sounds. Window light turns the whole room gentle and round. Radio low, a song I almost know, and my shoulders finally let it go. Handwritten recipe pinned up on the wall, says slow is not behind it all. I breathe in warm and breathe out tight. Let the kitchen hold me right. Jam jar sunrise, golden on my hands. Sweet little moment I can understand. Coffee steam rising like a soft hello. Slow breakfast morning, I'm taking it slow. Jam jar sunrise, simple and true. Everything's softer when I start with you. Quiet in the window, light on the plate. This is the pace I choose today. Fridge magnets, crooked postcards and a grin. Tiny memories letting daylight in. Ceramic clink when I set the spoon down, like a calm small bell in a sleepy town. I spread the jam, watch it catch the sun. A simple breakfast and the day's begun. No hurry talk, no racing through the air, just warmth and little care. I don't need to Jam jar sunrise, golden on my hands, sweet little moment I can understand. Coffee steam rising like a soft hello, slow breakfast morning, I'm taking it slow. Jam jar sunrise, simple and true, everything's softer when I start with you. Quiet in the window, light on the plate, this is the pace I choose today. Small bright line wanders like sunlight across the table, then settles into cozy calm. If the week tries to crowd my head, I will look at the crumbs instead. Proof I took a gentle break, proof I'm allowed to wake, with kindness in the ordinary, with comfort in the small. A kitchen table by the window can catch me when I fall. Jam jar sunrise, warm on my skin. Let the day begin again, begin again. Coffee steam drifting, easy and slow. I keep my peace wherever I go. Jam jar sunrise, sweet little start. I feel the softness open in my heart. Radio humming, magnets on the door. I'm not in a race anymore. Jam jar sunrise, I choose this way. A quiet kind of brave today.
Shine of jam catches the sun, while the kitchen stays quiet and warm. Jam on the knife edge, ruby in the light. Morning feels simple, morning feels right. Kitchen table by the window, soft on my hands. Coffee steam rising like it understands. Slippers on the tile, slow shuffle to the chair. Radio low behind me, barely in the air. Fridge magnets leaning notes in crooked rows, and the day begins the way it gently goes. Handwritten recipe pinned up where I can see, says take it slow and let yourself be. I breathe in warm, I breathe out strength, and let my mind come back again. Jam on the knife edge, little places sweetness can be small. Jam on the knife edge helps me step out of the rush and fall into a softer morning, into a steadier pace. Jam on the knife edge makes the kitchen feel like grace. Ceramic on the table shining pale and bright. Sunlight moves slowly, never in a fight. I take a bite and let the flavor stay, not trying to hurry through the start of day. The street outside is waking up somewhere, but here the air is calm and fair. A spoon set down, a gentle little clink, a moment where my thoughts can think. If my mind starts sprinting down the hall, I will listen to the smallest call. Coffee steam and radio low, and the window letting daylight show. Jam on the knife edge, little pledge, the sweetness can be small. Jam on the knife edge helps me step out of the rush and fall into a softer morning, into a steadier pace. Jam on the knife edge makes the kitchen feel like grace. Sunlight, then melt into cozy calm. I used to measure mornings by what I got done. Now I measure by the warmth when the day begins. A jar, a plate, a light on tile, a breath that turns into a smile. Not loud, not fast, just true. A kitchen scene pulling me through. Jam on the knife edge, still beside me when I rinse the cup and go. Jam on the knife edge keeps reminding me to move in a softer flow. Sunlight on the ceramics, radio low and sweet. Slippers on the tile, keeping time beneath my feet. Jam on the knife edge, I choose this pace and carry calm into my day. Window light turns the kitchen into soft gold, while the coffee keeps breathing. Kitchen window gold on the table where I sit. A little patch of sunlight making everything fit. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting on the side. Knife resting quiet like the morning has no pride. Radio low behind me, humming soft and true. Slippers on the tile, I move like I choose. Fridge magnets holding notes with crooked cheer. A small collage of life that keeps me near. Handwritten recipe pinned up, ink a little faded. Still it feels like kindness and never overstated. I breathe out, hurry, I breathe in warm, and let the kitchen reset in my form. Kitchen window gold makes me bold in a quiet, gentle way. Kitchen window gold loosens hold of the heavy from today. A simple plate, a softer pace, coffee in my hands. Kitchen window gold tells my heart you're safe where you stand. Ceramic clink when I set the cup down slow. Coffee steam rising like a little glow. Outside the street begins to wake and roll. Inside my kitchen I'm staying whole. I take one bite and let the sweetness land. Not trying to outrun what I don't understand. The sunlight shifts and draws a new soft line, and my mind follows, doing fine. If my thoughts start building towers out of worry, I will watch the light and let it slow my hurry. A patch of gold can change my view and remind me what is. Kitchen window gold makes me bold in a quiet, gentle way. Kitchen window gold loosens hold of the heavy from today. A simple plate, a softer pace, coffee in my hands. Kitchen window gold tells my heart you're safe where you stand. Warm notes drift like sunlight across the table and settle into a cozy hush. I used to chase a perfect start that never came. Now I start with ordinary and it feels the same. As peace, as ease, as something true, like coffee, steam, and daylight moving through. The magnets hold small stories, the recipe holds a line, and I learn to hold myself with the same gentle kitchen window gold still with me when I step into the louder air. Kitchen window gold keeps my breathing soft and steady everywhere. I rinse the plate, I fold the towel, I move with quiet pride, because I started with a gentle yes and kept it by my side. Kitchen window gold, I choose this pace and carry calm into my day.
A butter knife rests on the plate while the coffee keeps breathing steam. Knife resting quiet by the open jam jar. Like a pause in the morning, like a soft bookmark. Sunlight on the ceramic warms the edge of white. The radio in the background keeps the room light. Slippers on the tile, a gentle little sway. I'm not chasing the day, I'm letting it stay. Kitchen table by the window, calm and plain. A small safe place to let go of strain. I don't need to fix my whole week right now. I can start with warm and somehow that becomes enough to hold when the outside feels too bold. Knife resting quiet, feels like I can put the hurry down. For once, coffee steam rising shows my mind how to soften, how to untense. Knife resting quiet on the plate makes space for me to feel a slower breath, a gentler step, a morning that is real. Fridge magnets hold their crooked little parade. Notes and tiny drawings, memories unafraid. A recipe pin nearby, handwriting like a friend says, take your time, the good can still extend. I spread the jam and watch it catch the sun. A sweet small signal that the day has begun. Outside, the street sounds distant, polite and low. Inside, my thoughts stop rushing where they go. If my chest gets tight with what I cannot see, I will return to what is here with me. A cup, a window, light on tile, and a reason just to smile. Knife resting quiet, feels like I can move a little slower now. Coffee steam drifting gives my heart a gentler kind of how. Knife resting quiet on the plate reminds me I can choose a softer start, a steady part, and nothing left to prove. Flicker like sunlight on jam, then settle into cozy calm. There is bravery in a small unhurried bite, in letting the morning be simple and right, and listening to the radio without turning it up, in holding my own attention like a warm filled cup. I used to think rest was something I must earn. Now I let the kitchen teach my mind to learn that quiet can be active, that calm can be strong, that I can take my time and still move along. Knife resting quiet stays with me when the day speeds up outside. Coffee steam rising keeps a space for a gentler stride. I rinse the plate, I wipe the crumbs and feel my shoulders loosen. The sunlight shifts across the room like kindness choosing. Knife resting quiet says begin with what you have today. A little sweet, a little heat, and the courage to be okay.
last sip lingers as the window light shifts across the table. Last sip by the window, coffee warm and low, jam jar open, red catching a soft glow, knife resting quiet, toast nearly gone, radio murmuring like a gentle dawn, slippers on the tile, cool and kind, fridge magnets keeping little notes in line, sunlight on the ceramic, slow and gold like a small good story being told. Recipe pinned up, ink a little faded, still it says be gentle, you are not belated. Last sip by the window, let me stay in this easy moment before the day. Last sip by the window, soften the noise, give my heart back its quieter voice. No big speech, no perfect start, just warm hands and a steady heart. I rinse the spoon, hear water sing like the smallest choir without a ring. Crumbs on the plate, proof I took my time, a homely little rhythm, a simple rhyme. Outside the world can hurry if it wants, inside my chest calm moves in long strokes. I wipe the table, watch the light slide, and feel more ready on the inside. If I forget this feeling later on, I'll remember how the light kept moving on. Last sip by the window, let me stay in this easy moment before the day. Last sip by the window, soften the noise, give my heart back its quieter voice. No big speech, no perfect start, just warm hands and a steady heart. A soft farewell line drifts like steam toward the glass, then returns like a smile. The day will ask me for a lot, but I've got a small beginning tucked into my bones. A radio hum, a plate of crumbs, and sunlight making home feel like home. Last sip by the window, I stand up slow, not because I'm tired, just because I know moving gentle is a choice I can make, like setting down what I don't have to take. Magnets on the fridge, recipe in view, a quiet kitchen sending me out new. Last sip by the window, morning sweet, and I walk forward on softer feet. The radio stays low as sunlight spreads like honey on the table. Low radio honey in the corner of the room, soft as a lullaby that makes the morning new. Kitchen table by the window, light on ceramic white, coffee steam rising in a slow sweet line. Jam jar open, lid beside the plate, knife resting quiet like it's learned to wait. Slippers on the tile, gentle little glide, I let the day come to me, not the other side. Handwritten recipe pinned up near the door, says simple can be enough and more. I breathe out, hurry, I breathe in warm,
even when I'm not sure. Low radio honey makes it feel like comfort has a cure. A sip of heat, a quiet beat, a window soft and wide. Low radio honey helps my heart stay gentle on the inside. Fridge magnets holding stories in a crooked line, little bits of living that still shine. I spread the jam and watch it catch the sun, a small bright start before the day can run. Outside the street begins to hum and move. Inside my kitchen I keep my groove. No need to rush, no need to prove, just warmth in the way I choose. If my mind starts spinning into noise, I will listen for the quiet choice. Turn it down, let it be, and come back home to me. Low radio honey keeps it sunny even when I'm not sure. Low radio honey makes it feel like comfort has a cure. A sip of heat, a quiet beat, a window soft and wide. Low radio honey helps my heart stay gentle on the inside. Bright little notes sparkle like sunlight on jam, then melt into cozy calm. I used to wake up bracing for the day. Now I practice a kinder way. A low song, a warm plate, a steady light. Small things making everything right. Not perfect, not grand, just true. A morning that whispers I've got you. Low radio honey still around me when I rinse the cup and go. Low radio honey keeps reminding me to move in a softer flow. Sunlight on the ceramic, coffee in my hands, recipe pinning, waiting like it understands. I step into the day with quiet grace, carrying this sweet, slow pace. Magnet morning collage, colors on the door. A grocery list, a doodled heart, a number from before. The kitchen table by the window holds a steady glow. Coffee steam is fading in a slow and gentle show. Jam jar open, knife resting like a pause. Slippers on the tile, soft steps without a cause. Radio low behind me, humming friendly and small, like the room is giving me permission to exhale. Handwritten recipe pinned up near the stove. Says start with simple, let the good things grow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out strain, and let my mind come back again. Magnet morning collage helps me dodge the rush that tries to lead. Magnet morning feels like calm in the simplest kind of need. Sun on ceramic, coffee in my hands. Magnet morning collage turns my thoughts into softer plans.
spoon set down, a quiet little clink. A moment where my thoughts can think. Outside the street begins its louder tune. Inside this kitchen I keep room. I take a bite and let the sweetness land, not trying to outrun what I don't understand. The magnets sit crooked, but they hold on tight, like I can, like I might. If my mind starts racing down the hall, I will return to the smallest call. A postcard, son, a recipe line, and the gentle way I'm doing fine. Magnet morning collage helps me dodge the rush that tries to lead. Magnet morning collage feels like calm in the simplest kind of need. Sun on ceramic, coffee in my hands. Magnet morning collage turns my thoughts into softer plans. Wanders like a radio tune, then settles into a cozy hush. I used to think I needed perfect order to feel steady. Now a messy fridge can make me ready, because it holds the real life in it. And the real life says begin it, with toast, with light, with quiet air, with a little kindness everywhere. Magnet morning collage, still with me when I wipe the counter clean. Magnet morning collage keeps reminding me the softest start can still be seen. Radio low and friendly, slippers on the tile. I leave the kitchen lighter with an unhurried smile. Magnet morning collage, I choose this pace and carry calm into my day. Fridge door closes softly, and the notes stay put like little anchors. Magnets hold the morning on the fridge and rolls. A grocery list, a doodle, a memory that glows. Postcards slightly crooked, still they never fall, like quiet little friends that catch me when I stall. Coffee steam rising, curling into air. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting there. Knife resting easy, butter on the plate. Slippers on the tile, I move without a race. Handwritten recipe pinned where the light can see. Says start with what you have, start gently. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let the kitchen turn it right. Magnets hold the morning, so I'm forming a calmer kind of mind. Magnets hold the morning, and it's warming the parts I leave behind. A simple start, a softer heart, a window bright and clear. Magnets hold the morning like a promise that I'm safe in here. Radio low in the background hums like a steady hand when the day comes.
sunlight on the ceramic, bright and slow. I watch it move and let my shoulders go. One bite of toast, a little jam. I don't need to be more than who I am. Outside the street begins its busy tune. Inside the kitchen I keep room. If my thoughts get loud and scatter fast, I will look at notes that last. Not perfect, not polished, just true. And let that truth pull me through. Magnets hold the morning, so I'm forming a calmer kind of mind. Magnets hold the morning, and it's warming the parts I leave behind. A simple start, a softer heart, a window bright and clear. Magnets hold the morning like a promise that I'm safe in here. Warm notes click gently like magnets, finding place, then drift like steam. I used to think calm was far away. Now I see it can live in small days. In a list, in a line, in a paper heart, in a slow breakfast start. In the way I set the spoon down, in the way I don't chase the sound. I'm building peace with ordinary things, and that's a brave kind of living. Magnets hold the morning, still supporting me when I step outside. Magnets hold the morning, keeps me sturdy with a softer stride. Coffee, steam, and sunlight on the plate. Radio low and friendly sets the gate. Up, I smile at what I see. A fridge full of little reminders leading me.
Radio glow fills the kitchen while the window light drifts in. Radio low and cozy, barely in the room, like a little lantern cutting through the gloom. Coffee on the table, steam like quiet lace, sunlight on the ceramic in a steady place. Jam jar open, strawberry on the knife, small sweet proof of ordinary life. Slippers on the tile, soft shuffle step. Morning doesn't ask for more than what I've kept. Handwritten recipe pinned up like a song. Says you can take it slow, you still belong. I breathe out yesterday, set it down. Let the kitchen calm come around. Radio low and cozy makes me feel like the day is friendly and real. Radio low and cozy helps my mind find a gentler kind of time. Coffee, steam, and sunlight on my plate. This slow breakfast morning feels great. Fridge magnets holding notes with crooked pride. Little paper promises I never hide. A simple breakfast plate, toast warm and plain. I watch the light move like a slow soft train. Knife resting quiet, no hurry in
hands. I'm learning how to live in smaller plans. Outside the window, street sounds far away. Inside this room I get to stay. I don't need to fix the whole day now. I can start with warm and somehow that is enough. That is strong. A soft beginning can last long. Radio low and cozy makes me feel like the day is friendly and real. Radio low and cozy helps my mind find a gentler kind of time. Coffee, steam, and sunlight on my plate. This slow breakfast morning feels great. Notes drift like steam above the mug, then land softly like sunlight on the table. If my thoughts try to run ahead, I will listen to the radio instead. A quiet melody, a steady beat, a little warmth beneath my feet. I'll spread the jam, I'll take my sip, and let calm sit on my lip. Not loud, not fast, just true. A homely morning pulling me through. Radio low and cozy stays with me when I step into the rest of today. Radio low and cozy sets me free from the rush that tries to lead my way. Sunlight on the ceramic, soft and gold. I hold this feeling when the world feels cold. Radio low and cozy, I can start with a slow, brave heart. A recipe card corner lifts slightly as warm air moves through the kitchen. Recipe card corner curling up in sun. Quiet fun, handwriting like a friend from years ago. Nice slow, coffee steam drifting soft above the mug. Gentle hug, jam jar open, lid beside the plate. No way, slippers on the tile. I cross the room in bloom. Radio low, a little murmur in the back. Soft track, fridge magnets holding notes with crooked cheer. Near, I don't need a perfect plan to start. I can warm my hands and warm my heart. One bite, one sip, one breath that stays, and morning finds its gentle ways. Recipe card corner keeps me warmer than the worries in my head. Recipe card corner makes it easy to begin again instead. Sunlight on the ceramic, soft and slow. Recipe card corner says the good can quietly grow. Knife resting quiet, butter on the edge, soft pledge. I spread the jam and watch it shine a bit. That's it. Outside the day is starting up. It's noise, no choice. But here the sounds are small and kind aligned. A spoon set down, a tiny ceramic clink. I think maybe calm is As my mind starts jumping ahead, I will read one line of that recipe instead. Recipe card corner keeps me warmer than the worries in my head. Recipe card corner makes it easy to begin again instead. Sunlight on the ceramic, soft and slow. Recipe card corner says the good can quietly grow. A page, then settle into a cozy hush. Not every day begins with fireworks. Some work is simply choosing gentleness and tea. For me, a pinned up card and breakfast plain and sweet, complete. A small decision to be here and breathe. Recipe card corner still reminding me to take my time. Recipe card corner leaves a quiet strength in every line. Radio low, tile below, hands warm and steady. Recipe card corner sends me out softened up and ready. Warm stripe of sun climbs a wall and lands on the paper by the stove. A recipe pinned in sunlight, corners curled and thin. The kitchen smells like coffee and a day I'm settling in. A simple plate is waiting, toast warm and plain. Jam jar open, ruby bright like a tiny stained glass pane. The radio keeps low talk soft as a distant friend. I hear the kettle sighing like it knows how mornings mend. Slippers on the tile, a shuffle and a pause. I'm learning how to start without a reason or a cause. I don't need a perfect hour to feel okay. A quiet kitchen teaches me a slower way. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let the room hold me right. Recipe pinned in sunlight says take your time, you're doing fine. Coffee steam and window bright, turn my thoughts into softer lines. A recipe pinned in sunlight makes the ordinary feel like gold. A gentle start, a steady bite, and a heart that's not so cold. Fridge magnets hold little notes, crooked and sincere. A grocery list, a doodled smile, a memory living here. The knife rests by the butter like it's taking a break. I spread the jam and watch it shine. No rush to make it great. Outside the window, bicycles pass like quiet punctuation. Inside my shoulders loosen with a small sense of permission. I rinse a cup and hear it clink. Ceramic on the sink and feel my mind stop sprinting long enough to simply think. If the day tries to pull me into speed, I will return to what I truly need. A sip, a breath, a little light, and the calm that comes inside. Recipe pinned in sunlight says start with warmth, then start again. Radio low and morning bright, make space for kinder thoughts to land. Recipe pinned in sunlight turns my worry down a shade. I taste the simple kind of sweet and feel my confidence get made. A small sunny melody wanders through the kitchen like steam curling into light. I used to think slow meant I was falling behind. Now I see slow as a way to be gentle to my mind. The magnets on the fridge don't line up perfectly, but they hold what matters close, and that feels like clarity. The jam jar isn't fancy, still it makes the toast feel new. A little sweetness in the day can change my point of view. I stand here by the window and let the world go by, and practice being present in the simplest kind of try. Recipe pinned in sunlight keeps whispering you can breathe. Coffee steam and window bright help my hands remember ease. I don't have to race the morning, I don't have to win the day. I can start with warm and honest and let the rest find its way. The radio hums a quiet story, the tile is cool beneath my feet. The ceramic holds the sunlight like a promise, soft and sweet. Recipe pinned in sunlight leaves a glow on everything I do, and I carry that glow gently when I step into the blue. A simple plate sits by the window while the radio murmurs low. Simple plate, sweet toast and a little jam. Nothing fancy needed, I'm just who I am. Coffee steam rising warm above the cup, knife resting on the edge, letting hurry up. Leave the room alone, leave my heart alone. This kitchen is a place where I can be at home. Slippers on the tile, soft steps, sunlight on the ceramic and my chest unclenched. Handwritten recipe pinned up by the stove says good things happen when you move slow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out strain, and let my mind come back again. Simple plate sweet under the heat of a gentle morning glow. Simple plate sweet makes it easy for my worries to let go. Radio low, window wide, coffee in my hand. Simple plate sweet feels like peace that finally understands. Fridge magnets on the door, crooked little art holding tiny reminders close to my heart. A grocery list, a doodle, a name in blue ink. Little bits of living that help me rethink. The street outside is waking, but it's far away inside the kitchen. I can stay. I take one bite and let the flavor linger, like sunlight learning every finger. If my thoughts start racing down the hall, I will listen to the smallest call. Ceramic clink, a spoon set down, a kitchen that won't let me drown. Simple plate sweet heat of a gentle morning glow. Simple played sweet makes it easy for my worries to let go. Radio low, window wide, coffee in my hand. Simple played sweet feels like peace that finally understands. Bright little notes dance like sunlight on jam, then melt into cozy calm. I used to think slow meant I was falling behind. Now I see slow as being gentle to my mind. A plate, a window, a warm small song teaches me where I belong. Not in the rush, not in the noise, but in the quiet choice. Simple played sweet, still with me when I wash the cup and go. Simple played sweet keeps reminding me to move in a softer flow. Slippers on the tile, radio low, sunlight on the ceramic like it knows. I step into the day with quiet grace, carrying this sweet slow pace. Slow rhythm of footsteps and slippers keeps time with the low radio. Slipper step waltz on the cool tile floor once more. 3 soft steps from the sink to the chair, no glare. Coffee steam drifting like a quiet scarf, warm part. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting near, right here. Knife resting gentle, nothing sharp or fast. The last window light on ceramic, pale and gold. Unfold, fridge magnets hold the little notes I need to read. Handwritten recipe pinned up by the stove. Says start with simple, let the good things grow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tense, and feel my mind make more sense. Slipper step waltz, gently halts the hurry in my body. Slipper step waltz feels like salt on a sweet day. Maybe radio low, morning slow, coffee in my hands. Slipper step waltz turns this room into a place that understands. I spread the jam and watch it catch the light, soft bright. A simple breakfast plate like old time comfort, no thunder. Outside the street wakes up in distant sound all around. Inside the kitchen I can hear my thoughts, not knots. Spoon set down, a tiny ring of clink. I think I'm allowed to start the day this way, okay, with gentleness that doesn't need to shout out loud. If the world feels fast beyond the door, I will store this waltz inside my chest once more. Slipper step waltz gently halts the hurry in my body. Slipper step waltz feels like salt on a sweet day. Maybe radio low, morning slow, coffee in my hands. Slipper step waltz turns this room into a place that understands. steps in sunlight, then settle into warm quiet. The kitchen is a small soft stage where I can lower the page on pressure and the need to win, and let a calmer day begin. 3 steps, 1 sip, a window view, and I remember what is true. Slipper step, waltz still beside me when I rinse the cup and go. Slipper step, waltz keeps reminding me to move in a gentler flow. Sun on the plate, radio late, jam tastes like light. Slipper step, waltz leaves my heart quiet and bright. Soft footsteps and slippers move across cool tile as the kitchen brightens. Slippers on the tile, little morning sound, a gentle shuffle in a world that spins around. Kitchen table by the window, light in a slow spill, coffee steam rising like it always will. Jams are open, knife resting like a pause. No need for answers, no need for cards. Ceramic warm beneath my palms. This room knows how to keep me calm. Fridge magnets on the door, crooked and sweet, like tiny signs that say take your seat. Handwritten recipe pinned up high, says good things happen by and by. Slippers on the tile make me smile in a warm, unhurried way. Slippers on the tile feel worthwhile, like I'm learning how to stay. Coffee on the table, sunlight near, everything is softer here. Radio low in the background hums, like a friend who never has to come, in loud bright ways to be enough. It just stays, it just says keep it soft. Simple breakfast plate, toast and a little jam. I'm not performing, I'm just who I am. Outside the window, bicycles pass. Inside the kitchen, time has class. I don't need to rush my morning heart. I can start small, I can start smart. One bite, one sip, one gentle breath, a kinder way to meet what's next. Slippers on the tile make me smile in a warm, unhurried way. Slippers on the tile feel worthwhile, like I'm learning how to stay. Coffee on the table, sunlight near, everything gets softer here. Sparkle dances through the air like sunlight on a jam jar, then fades into cozy quiet. If the week feels heavy in my chest, I will trust this simple rest. A table, a window, a steady glow reminds my mind it can move slow. I'm building peace in ordinary scenes, like magnets, notes, and morning dreams. And slippers on the tile, still my style when I step out later on. Slippers on the tile keeps me mild, like the morning's gentle song. Coffee steam, ceramic light, radio low feels just right. Slippers on the tile, I decide to carry calm outside. of sunlight lands on a plate and makes the room feel golden. Sunlight on ceramic, warm and glossy white, like the kitchen found a softer kind of light. Coffee steam is dancing slow above the mugs, jam jar open, waiting like a sweet small hug. Window shows the morning stretching into blue. Fridge magnets hold my scribbles like they always do. Slippers on the tile, I drift without a plan, learning how to be gentle with who I am. Handwritten recipe pinned up by the stove, says good things happen when you move slow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out, wait, and meet myself right at the gate. Sunlight on ceramic makes it easier to start my day with gray. Sunlight on ceramic turns the ordinary into a safer place. A simple plate, a slower pace, a sweet and quiet view. Sunlight on ceramic feels like home, and I do too. Knife resting on the table, calm beside the jam. No rush to make a masterpiece, I'm not in a program. Radio low in the background, friendly and small, like the room is giving me permission to exhale. I take one bite and let the sweetness settle in, not trying to outrun the noise, not trying to win. Outside the street wakes up, but it stays far away. Inside this kitchen I can stay. If my mind starts building towers out of worry, I will watch the light and let it slow my hurry. A patch of gold can change my view and remind me what is true. Sunlight on ceramic makes me steadier when I feel pulled apart. Sunlight on ceramic gives my breathing a kinder way to start. A sip of heat, a quiet beat, a morning soft and new. Sunlight on ceramic leaves a glow on everything I do. A sunny line floats like light across the plate, then fades into a cozy hush. Some days I wake up already tired, some days my mind is wired. But this table by the window knows how to be my pillow. Not for sleep, for steadying, for returning to the simple thing. Coffee, steam and radio low, and the bright patch that helps me know. Ceramic keeps my heart a little warmer, a little braver. I wash the cup, I fold the towel, I move with quiet pride, because I started with a gentle yes and kept it by my side. Sunlight on ceramic feels like proof that slow can still be strong. Carry that soft string all day long. slippers and warm light on the table keep the kitchen balanced. Tile floor morning, soft, cool under my feet. Warm on the plate where the sunlight meets. Coffee steam drifting, patient in the air. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting there. Knife resting quiet, butter on the side. Radio low behind me like a gentle guide. Fridge magnets holding notes with crooked cheer. A homely little map that keeps me near. Handwritten recipe pinned up by the stove. Says start with simple, let the good things grow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out strain, and let my mind come back again. Tile floor morning soft, feels like I can move a little slower now. Tile floor morning soft helps my heart remember how to bow to the calm, to the light, to the simple plate. Tile floor morning soft turns my day into something I can celebrate. A spoon set down, a quiet little clink, a moment where my thoughts can think. Outside the street begins its louder tune. Inside this kitchen I keep room. I take one bite and let the sweetness land. Not trying to outrun what I don't understand. The sunlight shifts and draws a new soft line, and my shoulders follow, doing fine. If my mind starts running down the hall, I will return to the smallest call. Coffee steaming, radio low in the window, letting daylight show. Tile floor morning soft, feels like I can move a little slower now. Tile floor morning soft helps my heart remember how to bow to the calm, to the light, to the simple plate. Tile floor morning soft turns my day into something I can celebrate. Warm notes fall like footsteps, then settle into a cozy hush. I used to think slow meant I was losing time. Now I see slow is how I make it mine. A kitchen scene, a quiet choice, a gentle start that finds its voice. Not loud, not fast, just true. A homely morning pulling me through. Tile floor morning soft, still with me when I wipe the counter clean. Tile floor morning soft keeps reminding me the softest start can still be seen. Radio low and friendly, slippers on the tile. I leave the kitchen lighter with an unhurried smile. Tile floor morning soft, I choose this pace and carry calm into my day. Toast warmth drifts through the kitchen as the radio murmurs low. Toast warm, quiet, butter melting slow. Jam jar open, ruby in a mellow glow. Knife resting easy, not a single rush. Slippers on the tile with a soft, soft hush. Sunlight on the ceramic, bright and kind. Coffee steam, writing shapes I never need to find. Fridge magnets, leaning crooked little grin. Morning feels like letting something gentle in. Handwritten recipe pinned up by the stove says take your time, let the good things grow. I breathe out heavy, I breathe in light, and the room feels like it's holding me right. Toast warm quiet, feels like I can start again without a fight. Toast warm quiet turns my hurry into a softer kind of night. In the morning, in the glow, I learn to move a little slow. Toast warm quiet on my plate makes the day feel close and safe. Radio low, talk barely there at all. Like a friendly shadow on the kitchen wall. Window shows the street waking up gently while my hands stay warm and steady. I take one bite and let it settle in. Not trying to be perfect, just trying to begin. Coffee steam, rising, patient and true, teaching me to do the same thing too. I don't need to solve the whole day right now. I can start with warm and somehow that becomes enough to hold when the outside feels too bold. Toast warm quiet, feels like I can start again without a fight. Toast warm quiet turns my hurry into a softer kind of night. In the morning, in the glow, I learn to move a little slow. Toast warm quiet on my plate makes the day feel close and safe. Like steam near the window, then lands back home. If my mind tries sprinting down the hall, I will listen to the smallest call. Ceramic clink, a spoon set down, a kitchen that won't let me drown. The magnets hold what matters near and make the busy disappear. I'm allowed to take my time, I'm allowed to feel just fine. Toast warm, quiet still beside me when the world speeds up outside. Toast warm, quiet keeps reminding me to walk with a softer stride. Sunlight on the ceramic, coffee in my hands, radio low and friendly, like it understands. I wipe the crumbs, I rinse the cup and feel my shoulders lift. 'Cause I started with a gentle yes, and that becomes my gift. Toast warm quiet, I choose this pace and carry calm into my day. Quiet beam of light crosses the table and turns a jam jar into glassy red. Window jam and light, ruby in the sun, a tiny morning jewel when the day's begun. Kitchen table by the window, calm and plain. Coffee steam rising like a gentle train, knife resting quiet, butter on the plate, slippers on the tile I don't have to raise. Radio low behind me, soft familiar tone, fridge magnets on the door make a crooked home. Handwritten recipe pinned up near the stove says good things happen when you move slow. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let this kitchen feel like right. Oh, window jamming light feels so bright in a soft and homely way. Window jamming light makes it right to start slow. Today, coffee in my hand, sun on ceramic. Window jamming light turns my morning warm and automatic. A spoon set down, a gentle little clink gives my mind permission just to think. Outside the street wakes up, but it stays away. Inside this room I get to stay. The jam tastes sweet in a simple kind of truth, like a childhood memory in a quiet tooth. I wipe a crumb and feel my shoulders drop, like I'm allowed to stop. If my thoughts begin to crowd and spin, I will listen to the soft within. A radio hum, a window view, and this calm that carries through. Window jamming light feels so bright in a soft and homely way. Window jamming light makes it right to start slow. Today, coffee in my hand, sun on ceramic. Window jamming light turns my morning warm and automatic. Bright little notes sparkle like jam and sunlight, then melt into cozy calm. Not every start needs a grand new plan. Sometimes a kitchen understands that being gentle is enough, that slow is quietly tough. A jar, a plate, a little song, and the feeling that I belong. Window jamming light still beside me when I rinse the cup and go. Window jamming light keeps reminding me to move in a softer flow. Sun on the ceramic, radio low and sweet, slippers on the tile, keeping time beneath my feet. Window jamming light, I choose this pace and carry calm into my day. The window table stays still while the morning light shifts on the tile. Window table still, sunlight taking its time. Coffee steam curling in a quiet little rhyme. Jam jar open, sweetness waiting on the side. Knife resting easy, nothing to decide. Slippers on the tile, soft step, soft step. Radio low behind me like a steady breath. Fridge magnets on the door, crooked little art. The kitchen holds the pieces of my heart. Handwritten recipe pinned where the light can land. Says slow is a language I can understand. I breathe in warm, I breathe out tight, and let the room make it right. Window table still helps me feel like my day can start soft. how to meet the day. Ceramic on the table, shining pale and bright. A simple breakfast plate that feels just right. I take a bite and let the sweetness stay, not trying to outrun the hours of the day. Outside, the street begins to fill with sound. Inside this room, I keep my ground. A spoon set down, a quiet little clink, a moment where my thoughts can think. If my mind gets busy, I will look at how the sunlight warms the nook. No hurry, no fear, just breakfast here. Window table still helps me feel like my day can start soft. Window table still lets the real parts of me come off. The rush, the push, the noise, the strain, I let them fade away. Window table still teaches me how to meet the day. Notes drift like sunlight across the table, then settle into a warm hush. I used to think rest was a wasted part. Now I see it's how I mend my heart. A kitchen window, radio low, a jam jar shining like a quiet glow. I'm building strength in ordinary scenes, in slippers, magnets, morning dreams. Window table still stays with me when I step into the louder air. Window table still keeps my breathing soft and steady everywhere. Coffee, steam, and ceramic light, recipe pinned in